Okay, so this is tutorial 6, creating special effects with graphics and gradient. Do yourself a favor, read that paragraph at the top, and then open GeniAlt.fla and then save it as however you're supposed to save it. Okay, step 2, import the salmon JPEG bitmap located in tutorial 6 review folder included with the data, and modify the salmon bitmap property so that the quality is 80. Okay. Step number 3. Open the seafood animation clip in the symbol edit mode. Add a new layer above the shrimp layer and name it salmon. Make sure the salmon layer is indented under the mask layer. Temporarily hide the content of the fish layer, shrimp layer, and the mask layer while you're working on the salmon layer. Step number 4. At frame 120 of the salmon layer, insert a keyframe and then drag a copy of the salmon bitmap image to the stage. In the info panel, make sure that you set the X and Y value to 0. Also place the center registration point. Make sure that that is selected. Make sure that the center registration point is selected. Convert the salmon JPEG bitmap to a movie clip symbol named salmon symbol with the center registration point selected. Make sure you set these to 0 after you've got that center. Okay, and then create a motion tween at frame 120. Okay, so this is a motion tween, and I didn't put a keyframe, it was at the end. I just changed this to motion tween, and then I can select, and the alpha, I can at the end here change the alpha to 100%. Okay, and then it says to place a keyframe at frame 216 on all the channels. So I select all the channels, and then I can put just a regular frame out there. Frame to the extent add a regular frame to extend all the layers. Step number 7. In the salmon layer, insert a keyframe at frame 192 and at frame 216. Okay, so at frame 192, and you can tell by looking down here what frame you're on. So you could actually type that into 192. So it jumped around. So 192. Okay, so it's at 192. And we're going to insert a keyframe. And if you right click, insert keyframe color, and then also at 215, 216, insert color, and then this is 100%. We can see our alpha set to 100%, whereas at the end we're going to want to select and change the alpha color to transparent, so that it'll fade as it goes through time. At frame 216, change the alpha amount of the salmon to 0. Create a motion tween at frame 192. Insert a color property keyframe at frame 215 and set the alpha amount to 0. So we just did that. Step number 8. Temporarily hide the contents of the salmon layer and show the contents of the fish layer. Select frames 120 through 144 of the fish layer, and then drag the selected frames to the right, placing them in frames 192 through 216 of the fish layer. Step 9. Show all the layers. Lock all the layers. Test the animation, and then exit symbol editing mode. Step number 10. On the stage, select the Jenny's text block, and then apply a break apart command twice to convert the text to fills. Step number 11. With the text still selected in the color panel, to select the white to black linear gradient, change the color on the left pointer to FF6600. Okay, so we've changed the color of the fill by clicking down here. But now what we want to do is actually change the value from this white to something different. So if we open up the color, that would be Shift F9 or click here under Windows Color, we can see that we have the values here. So if we change right now it's this end is white, FFFF, where this is black, all zeros. So we're going to change this to those values. What was it? F6600. Okay, so that's changing those values there. And again, this is linear, but you and change this to linear. Okay, we're set. Okay, so altbanner.swf. And then we're just going to leave everything else the same, but under Flash, yeah, don't generate the size report. And then it's going to make our HTML. So we'll just say publish. And then I'll close this. And then what I'm going to do is go to my folder, and I'll see that it published this sample, and here's the current date and time right now. So I can open this inside of a text editor like Notepad. Okay, so here's it inside of Notepad. We're going to change this line here to embed src, and you want to get this exact. If there's a space anywhere in there that there shouldn't be one, you need to remove it. And then I'm going to save this, and then if I could, let's try reloading this. Okay, so we reload it, and then there's our movie with the transition. How cool is that? Very cool. Anyways, that's how we do this exercise. Good luck with it. Go to the Blackboard discussions if you have any questions, and I'll look to respond. Take care. Bye.